got that cut out, placed in there. So I got my welder, got my gloves, got my helmet. You always gotta have a good jacket. Back. So we got it tacked on there, one spot. Tack this on the back side now. Just want to make sure that this is setting down far enough. There's our first couple tack welds. It's a TA wing. So here's the TA wing. This wing's about $350. Pretty spendy wing. But they don't have no instructions online or anything. And they sell you these templates you can buy for like $30 or $40. Yeah, so what are these for? I want to show you how all this stuff works, how you set it all up, and how you get your measurement. Alright, well, I did my marks. They're not pretty. Well, I got them pretty good, but once I cut it, then I'll make them look a little better. So basically this is where I want to drill the holes. So then if I drill them here, then I know I could at least slide it down a little bit. It won't slide forward any, but it will slide down. So what I wanted to show you is, see these marks? See how they're about perfect. I'll show you this one. So I'll show you this one. So the mark is right here, so that's what I'm trying to show you, if you don't see it. So the mark's right here. I'm just trying to show you the square, how it's in the box. Alright, well, I cut 3 of the holes out. So I was just wanting to show you real quick how I'm doing it. So I'm just using a hole saw. This is an inch and a half. And then I could go around and shape my edges so they look like the factory edges, which the factory edges are just kind of tapered on the corners, so it's about perfect size. So all I did was I just went in the center, drilled out a little bit smaller hole than my hole saw. Just like that. Done. So I can trim up my edges later. I can pop that trunk lid off. So, bam. So there's the holes. So let's mount that wing on here. So now you can see, bam, 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 perfecto. So now let's set that wing on here. We'll get these brackets set up. Alright, got all the body filler on all the way around the whole car. So all I gotta do now is start sanding. Alright, that's it. That's all the spots that I gotta fix. Sand those down. Then we're gonna go over the car one more time. Look at everything, make sure that we got everything. And then we'll start masking and getting ready for prime time. Alright. I'll let you know once I get this stuff sanded. So I'm starting out with 80 grit on a longboard. Probably my longboard right there. I love that one. I'll start out with this guy. A longboard to get some of these hard spots, and then I'll drop back and I'll use this board. So these are my two go-to boards. So I'm going to start out with 80 grit. So I get a big huge roll of 80 grit. So that's what I'm starting out with. I'm going to hit everything with 80 by hand. From here on out, I like doing everything by hand. I use the DA to knock all this down. That's about all I'm going to use it for. I'm not going to use that to sand these spots. I want to do it by feel, so I know exactly where I'm at, so I don't have to go back and refill any spots. So there it is. All the spots I gotta fix. Really, it's not a lot, so it's better to actually go all the way around the whole car and do like what I just did. Get all your body work, all your mud on there, get all your body filler on there, so you could just work your way all the way around the car, and then you can as you finish every spot, you can like just clean it off, put a piece of tape if there's some lows or highs, and then there you go. You can use some guide coat if you want. I wouldn't put guide coat on yet, but sand this down, and then maybe after you block it down with the 80, you can hit guide coat, dry or spray on guide coat, and then block it down with 180. Or if you prefer 120, but I like 180 before I start priming. So, alright. I'll let you know once I get all that taken care of. Alright, I got everything down. 80 grit by hand. All the spots. So they're pretty smooth now. So just have to sharpen up these lines. So I'm going to go back through with 180 and hit all these spots to get a lot of the sand scratches out before I prime. So everything's basically blocked down. There's a little excess, so that's stuff I gotta go around and sand. There it is. All the dents fixed. Got the sow panels all feathered in. Good. So all we need to do is just take some sandpaper and sand in here, make these nice and sharp, and then we'll go and block everything down with 180 and then start masking. Take the wheels off, jack it up. Alright, just wanted to show you a little bit of body work that we did. So I only used about this much in a can, so it's about an inch, maybe an inch and a half of mud, in a gallon jar, so it's not a lot. Alright, got all the body work done. 180 grit, so everything's nice and smooth. I'm going to come back with the DA. I'm going to hit all of this in the metal with 220. So we got all the. So I'm just going to take some seam sealer right before I get ready to seal this up, and I'm going to spread some seam sealer in there. So I got all the body worked areas all taken care of. And if there's a little ding here or there, we'll get it fixed as we go. So I got these basically really smooth. The transitions are going to turn out really nice. So really there's not a lot of body work. Still got to sand this little spot. So that just barely needed touched up. So you can see I had to add a little bit in here, and then I added a little in here because I was a little low there. Had a little high, and then I tapped it down, and then I brought it to where it's nice and smooth. The antenna holes, nice and smooth. Got the edge of the door right here, nice and smoothed out. So now we're just ready to just finish it off. So I'll still have to pop the hood and sand some of the jamb, and maybe just sand the edges on the door and the trunk lid. Alright, we're all sanded and masked out. So I like to mask everything completely off, all the way to the floor. So you can see inside there. So I got all the jambs all masked inside the door handle buckets. So we're basically ready to start spraying our epoxy. It's all ready to rock and roll. So I gotta wait till I have another day off to start spraying our epoxy, and then we'll spray our urethane high build 2K primer. So we got these pieces that I'm going to put on a little bench. I'm going to spray those, not the radio, but the front valence and the tail panel with the, I guess the hood vents, the nostrils or whatever you want to call them. So that's how I masked everything off. I just want to do a quick little video. basically all the bodywork's done, ready to roll. So, alright. Let you know when we get ready to start shooting the primer. Alright, got it all sealed. So it's just sealed up right now. You can still see a little bit through this. It's just a light coat. So it kind of got a little weird on me, but we got it sealed up. So that's the main part. We got it sealed. It's ready for our high build primer. So just basically sealing off all the metal that's flashing. So all these light spots is where the body filler was. It's not really a super thick coat because the primer I'm going to use is a direct to metal. So I'm going to use this. It's a direct to metal, high build. So that's what I'm going to start spraying. So I'm just trying to figure out my fluid tips I'm going to use for my turbine. So for the sealer I used a 0.8. So I think on this one I'm going to use, for the high build, I think I'm going to use a 1.3. And then we'll see how it turns out once we do the 1.3 on there. I might have got a little too close. That's probably why it's got some tiger stripes in there. But it's alright. It's just a sealer, so it's fine. Alright, I'll let you know when I get more done. Alright, got the sealer on and the high build primer. So the sealer was a little darker than this gray. So there it is. These two panels in the car. Alright. Alright, got the guide coat on. So this was, I just put 2 coats of high build primer with the etching, or I mean the epoxy primer underneath. So this was 2 coats of high build. And then I put the dry style It's been a little while since I did an update, but I blocked it all down, 180 grit, and then I went through and hit all my lows with spot and glaze. So what I used was, this is the filler I use. That's what I started with, and then I primed it. And I came back and I used